Hello, good morning. Welcome to GHToday News. My name is Sewa Amihe. Coming up, other headlines. Activities of land guards be outlawed as some land guards at Kaswa in the Central Region kill commercial driver over 1 cedi 20 pesos fare. And later in business, President Akufo-Addo says one district, one factory policy is on course as Trade Ministry readies over 100 proposals for implementation. And now to our very first story. Residents of Kaswa Opeikuma are accusing the police in the area of negligence in the death of a commercial driver. The 52-year-old driver was allegedly attacked and killed by a gang of land guards who refused to pay the charged transport fare of 1 cedi 20 pesos. According to residents, the police have failed to prioritize their security, thereby threatening to take the law into their own hands. Della Michelle has more. Let's take a listen.
The mind-boggling question is 1 cedi 20 pesos enough to end the life of an innocent soul? Sadly, this is the situation here at Kaswa Opeikuma in the Ewutu Senya constituency. Yao was attacked 100 meters away from his house by the land guards. He sustained several cutlass bruises on his body and head as he was hit with a piece of block. His blood staining various parts of his home. He tried to flee from the mob. The family of the late Yao Alebe, a 52-year-old trotro driver, have been robbed of their beloved. Rosemond Alebe, the wife of the deceased, told GH1 News she is yet to come to terms with the death of her husband.
She beni amebula huna mefiteni bina mete name Jordani biakashi and no water and no hospital no mogoke ina le kan bi ni ba langard be stella me here se ni dufu no any be a joke for any Ibadan machine we mi po mi segbe ni ke waka segbe sile ni si o make be my papa ale be ni kaje no anani ke ame lucy ka se tai se fin me sa no ata omoko papa ko e be o dufu o te je no apale fanish ko ne ba wole ka hospital o je mpo na atwa ame chawa ke sa me na loli o be ni mba ame wole ka wo loli eme o man ko ndo mo be na ha ke si na wole be na le be feel en soli ya ha ko le ba agbo.
Their son, Emmanuel, is full of rage as he blames the Kaswa Police Division for the death of his father. According to him, when he went to the station to report the attack, he was neglected by the officers on duty and was asked to go home. For Kwame Frempong, who was at the station with Emmanuel, he was physically assaulted by the officers on duty.
Police station. See, getting to one and I can't ho. Timmy dem be man kind say and 2 1 day. What I'm pressing the Peru and San Maya de Marco. Midja passing a chairman as let me go. Oh, my hand to Abner with the bomb Mohano. Police for 3.
Yao Alebe's tragic death has not only affected his family, but his colleagues at the Kaswa taxi rank. Some spoke to the news team when they visited the family to commiserate with them.
Medan by 12 something, no, a frame. A penny back of frame, some Matia, some Awaba. And there are some also close to be a Alebe, missing a man. Oh, let me say that be a young crack. Your question, and pap, a more 1 and 9 for 9 phone. If you can and son, the Tina Papa, just a wire the bassa. Just a wood mission in Nimukra.
Assemblyman of Kaswa Opekuma Nana Yao Ampofu, who is distressed by the news, told the news team that he is working with the police to make sure that justice is served.
I've already told the police commander and my MC and my MP, this is the time that we are supposed to bring anti-langas in this very area. Because without anti-langas, we don't have any say. Because we have some of the langas, they've been going around by saying maybe if you're about to maybe paint even your house, they've been coming for painting fee. You want to do even a store in front of your house, they've been coming for digging fee. So, and this cannot what we cannot contain this in this very little area.
The family of the late are demanding answers. They are desperately calling on the soul of the departed to fight for justice.
Now, the family of the late Yao Alebe are accusing the police of Kaswa for the death of their beloved. But District Commander of the Kaswa Police Division has refuted claims of negligence and physical abuse against his division by the family of the late Yao Alebe. He, however, assured investigations has commenced, and so far, 2 suspects out of the 12 have been arrested.
Aspect of the information that is out is being investigated by my district CID. The issue being peddled out, I don't think it's being clearer to the public. What we heard was that the driver also came out from the car in an attempt to separate his mate from being attacked by these 2 guys. So scuffle ensued and they wounded each other. So these 2 guys regrouped and came to the house of the driver and attacked him with cutlass. So the land guard issue that is being peddled about is not before us. So this is the issue. We continue to do our policing work, to do our patrols day and night. The vehicle that we have, we are maintaining them, but if we get more, we will prefer it.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senyahawa Kumsing has assured that all suspects involved in the death of the late Yao Alebe will be brought to instant justice. The MP has disclosed that the lack of needed resources to empower the police division of Kaswa can be the cause of the late response to the scene.
I'm aware there are land guards in Kaswa. I never knew their activities are taken so high. So the promise I'm also giving them is that together with the police, we'll fish them all out. In fact, we're going to actually work on them seriously. I didn't know it's so serious. We went to the Interior Minister to report to him. We spoke to the IGP. And they've given us their promise that they are going to make sure that they bring more men. I even requested for about 100 police officers in addition. So far, it's only 10 that have been brought. The family have narrated their story, as I mentioned. I'm told even the disease has lost their mother too. As they are preparing to bury their mother, he's also passed on. So what I'm telling them is that together with the MCE, we will come to their aid and give them the necessary support so that they can give them befitting funeral, both their mother and then the disease.
And I really do hope that all of these things are checked. Now, moving on to other stories, sustaining peace in a country largely relies on how best criminal cases are prosecuted at the law courts. But most often than not, criminal cases slip through the hands of police prosecutors due to lack of substantial evidence to prosecute offenders. Now, the Criminal Investigation Department of the Police Service is taking steps to adequately resource its personnel to do thorough work when investigating criminal cases. There is more in this report.
Criminal investigations play a vital role in unraveling the circumstances surrounding cases in order to solve them. Unfortunately, in Ghana, crime scene cannot be depended upon to gather evidence on cases for prosecution. This is due to lack of state-of-the-art training and technology, and also an understanding of the nature of criminal investigations under the rule of law. Chief State Prosecutor Evelyn Kilson says lack of clear evidence from crime investigating officers makes the work of state attorneys and police prosecutors difficult when the cases are sent to court.
Police investigators, you know that they are the ones who have to investigate the cases before we can prosecute. If we don't get very good investigations, we may end up not being able to go to court at all. Or even if we go to court, we will not be able to establish our case beyond a reasonable doubt, which is the criminal standard. That's a very high standard. So we want the investigators to come out with very good investigations. Investigations that are focused. Investigations that are targeted at the very things we are looking for.
The inadequate capacity of the actors is compounded by insufficient interaction and coordination within criminal investigative procedures. Acting Director General of Police Criminal Investigation Department, DCOP Mamiya Tiwa Adodankwa, says interventions are being made to reverse the trend.
We cannot continue to be doing the same thing and expect different results. So from time to time, we assess what are the gaps in our work as investigators. And when we look at it, then we find ways of closing the gap. And how do we close the gap? We close the gap by training and retraining so that the officers will be abreast with new technology, new knowledge in terms of crime investigation. So today's workshop, the first of its kind, is to bring all crime officers together so that we share experience and then we tell them the new trend of crime and how best the tools to gather evidence, so that when we present anybody before the court, we are convinced that the crime actually occurred and that person is the person responsible for that crime.
In the next few months, these CID personnel from all 10 regions across the country are expected to be equipped with the required logistics and training to be able to tackle criminal investigations effectively.
Let's now move to the Ashanti region. The police in Kumasi have arrested 3 suspected robbers who robbed and raped their victims at gunpoint. The 3 suspected armed robbers were arrested from their hideout at Dechemso, a suburb of Kumasi, during an intelligence-led operation.
The suspects are Emmanuel Fosu, alias Alhaji, Farouk Amadou, alias Boga, and Saliu Yakubu, alias Babatunde. The robbers, according to police, operate as commercial taxi drivers with Opel Astra taxi cab with an aim of picking only female passengers. In the course of their journey, these suspects forcibly remove the dress of their victims and tie them with it. They additionally blindfold them and rob them of their monies and mobile phones. According to Ashanti Regional Police Public Relations Officer ASP Juliana Obain, the suspects on usual occasions subject their victims to inhumane treatment by beating them mercilessly and sometimes rape them, and also dump them off in obscure places or in nearby bushes. The police further indicated Farouk Amadou, one of the suspects during police investigations, admitted his involvement in a robbery with his accomplices that led to the death of one of their victims.
Investigation so far indicates that there are different groups of the armed robbery syndicate who are using taxi cabs to rob unsuspecting female passengers when they are picked up. The command wishes to use this platform to send a very strong warning to individuals and members of the various syndicate groups to desist from the act or face the full rigors of the law. We also advise women that if you are going to use the money on your mobile phone, it's important that if you're not going to use the monies that have been sent to you immediately, you deposit those monies at the bank for safekeeping.
Now, Communication Minister Esla Owusu-Ekufo has hinted that telecom operators will soon face sanctions, just as some radio stations did a few months ago, for poor quality of service. In an exclusive interview with host of State of Affairs, the minister said the move is part of measures to sanitize the system.
There's some cleaning up going to happen in that space, and we will have a few announcements to make before long.
Some sanctions?
Yes, imminent.
Imminent
but
sanctions.
I don't want to preempt.
Okay. Would it be about quality?
Yes, because the NCA continues to monitor their quality of service standards, and where they fall short, the sanctions are specified in the regulations, and we should be hearing some announcements soon. But the media is excited about possible sanctions on telecommunications companies. When the sanctions fell on you, you were screaming that you should be exempted from it. Why?
Well, I'm sure even with the telco, some of them will cry that they should be exempted. So you'd expect that in the media as well. But yes, you know, on the issue of quality, you look around and people keep still complaining about their calls dropping. There's the issue of mobile money fraud and customers who are complaining every day that they're not being protected enough by the telcos who are offering these mobile money services.
But actually, there's an element of it's not all entirely true. Some of it is not the telcos. I'm not holding brief for them. But if somebody calls you and says you've won a prize, when you know you haven't participated in any such promotion, and send your PIN number, despite the fact that telcos have continually been drumming it into our heads that they will never ever ask you to send your PIN number to anybody. So don't. You know, so there's that element of attitudinal change that we need to also be aware of.
Let's go to Parliament now. The Health Minister, Kweku Agyeman yesterday had a tough time defending his decision to dismiss former Medical Director for Ridge Hospital, Dr. Thomas Anaba. The Minister explained Dr. Anaba was sacked because government wanted a permanent CEO for the newly refurbished hospital since he was on secondment from UDS.
The Wild West MP, Joseph Yelechre, who filed the question, wondered why the MD's appointment was terminated in spite of an existing contract. In Parliament on Wednesday, the Health Minister failed to provide answers for the removal of the Medical Director for the Ridge Hospital, Dr. Thomas Anaba, from office. The development led to a second invitation to the House on Thursday. Speaking on the floor, the Health Minister revealed Dr. Anaba had no knowledge of the use of a procured equipment, hence his removal.
Dr. Anaba was seconded from the University of Development Centre, and as such, we had to ask him to go back so we can train a permanent staff who will always man the hospital to the level that the Ghana Health Service and the Ministry want the place to be.
The assertion by the minister provoked the minority, who squarely rejected the excuse. First Deputy Speaker Joseph Osei-Wusu had to swiftly intervene to save the Health Minister.
That is the answer he has provided. That's why they have been sanctioned. Unless I don't understand your question.
Still in Parliament, let's move to the minority. The minority in Parliament is questioning the preparedness of the country's security agencies in dealing with terrorism following fresh reports of attempts by terrorist group ISIS to recruit Ghanaians. International relations expert Dr. Vladimir Intrudanso, who made the revelation at a recent lecture, said the Armed Forces Command prevented 3 girls in Boko from joining the terror organization. He wants government to take the fight against terrorism seriously, as ISIS is working hard to gain in grounds of the country with respect to recruitment of members.
The minority in Parliament say it is worried about the revelation by the international relations expert Dr. Vladimir Intrudanso. Ernest Nogbe is a member of the Defense and Interior Committee in Parliament. He told GH1 News the National Security Minister, Albert Kandapa, is expected to brief the House on security arrangements to deal with terrorism following a question he has filed.
We have to look at how prepared Ghana is in fighting terrorism.
Are we prepared?
I don't think we are prepared in fighting terrorism in this regards. When you look at what happened in Burkina Faso, you look at what happened in Côte d'Ivoire, who knows? Ghana may be the next target, but we don't have any security policy. We don't have any policy about global terrorism. And that is why I even filed a question to ask the Minister for Security, that's National Security, to come to the House and then explain to us the plans the government has in procuring logistics to fight global terrorism, because it's staring at our face. If it has happened in our neighbor countries, who knows it can happen here? Look at Parliament, where Parliament is positioned. You can have people just coming out from the sea and they just engage or just invade Parliament. And what do we have to say? Even we don't have security in our Parliament. We don't have security in our offices, jobs, and if you are coming to Parliament, last time I saw somebody who said he's a visitor, he wanted one of the MPs, and he was about to enter the chamber.
Let's go out of Parliament now and head to Circle. GH1 News checks show that traders and hawkers at the Kwame Nkrumah interchange here in Accra only comply with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly's no hawking directive during the day but flout it at night. Imelda J has details in the following report.
A visit to the area by the news team revealed that traders who usually sell on pavements were nowhere to be found. The congested pavements appeared free with very good sanitation. We, however, gathered that traders who have been provided with stalls at the pedestrian mall have refused to move in.
There are even about 1,000+ spaces in the pedestrian shopping mall. What we have noticed is that as the market is there idle, the traders will not go there. But if someone come to acquire the shop, there you see them fighting those people. And we have told them, we have had a meeting with them, that when the time reach and still they don't want to come in, we'll give it to the good peoples of the citizens that who are ready to acquire the shops. And that is what we are going to do.
Some passers-by who spoke to the news team lauded city authorities for effectively carrying out the no hawking directive.
It is very laudable idea that they are sacking the people who sell on the pavement. It is very laudable. They should all go to the market that they built for them. And if that place is very small, the MMAs should try hard to create another space for them.
When the traders logging around here, pedestrians couldn't get chance to pass. They don't have a free flow of going wherever they are going, right? As they are here, they are no more here. It's very good thing. Everyone walk freely in a manner of not hitting anybody goods, to be holding at ransom, paying my money and paying here and then.
Our checks around the area showed some recalcitrant traders are not complying with the AMA directive. When night falls and the AMA is napping, that is when brisk business gets underway on pavements at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. As I walk around, I observed that traders have set up their tables and mounted big umbrellas to sell their products. Head of the AMA Rapid Response Team, Moses Abo, told GH1 News the team will soon start a weekly 24-hour shift to deal with traders who do not comply with the directive at night.
We want to start work in 24 hours, but as of now we close around 8 p.m. So I think after we have closed from work, then some of the traders comes on the pavement to trade. But it's all about education and it's all about dialogue. They are human beings, they are human. And then the way we did with them through the daytime, I believe we'll go through the same way for them to understand and then stop selling on the pavement.
Speaking to some traders, They expressed concerns that the stalls have already been rented out, leaving them with nowhere to sell their wares.
Market one, ya doso. Say, uko etie do wan okra no. Uko so ko baby, e baby say say, upe market na say upa adaka. Sa na man baby say, o ma che market ni dada. E o ko 4 peso na nya dia ye wa nyina say ko market wa.
Shops no am da man, shops ni musa, e hon so say sha. Dey be dey enye na so na betimi akom. Enti bi be ba kwan we bi so betra inside. And at the end, ni na so would be back when we say be were inside or into the omo can the omo and then Mrs. San or maybe my kakra.
Now, the Tamale Sports Stadium is set to be renamed after the late Vice President Alhaji Ali Mohammed in fulfillment of a campaign pledge made in the run-up to the December 2016 elections by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and to honor the dead for his contributions towards the country's progress while in office. It is 5 years since he passed on, and to make his anniversary a memorable one, a committee has been constituted to ensure a successful event in his memory.
I wish on behalf of His Excellency John Ajakun Kufuor, the President of Ghana, to welcome our brothers and sisters.
November 16, 2017 is exactly 5 years since the late Vice President Alhaji Ali Mohammed passed away. He died on November 16, 2012 at Kolibu in Accra after he was taken ill. To commemorate his 5th anniversary since his death, a committee has been set up to plan and organize a befitting memorial program as well as pay him some honor. Speaking at a media briefing to outdoor the committee for the memorial, Chairman of the committee, Gabi Ochiridako, touted Alhaji Ali Mohammed as a symbol of peace whose legacy, he says, is incomparable and ought to be emulated.
To me, there are 3 things that describe him: integrity, dignity, and discipline. Remember, he was the first Muslim vice president of the country and the longest serving vice president of the country as well. And it was actually remarkable that I don't remember a single issue of controversy for all the 8 years he was vice president.
He further outlined activities the committee has put in place to ensure the success of the 5th commemoration anniversary.
We begin the 5th anniversary with Adua in the morning of the 16th of November at the residence of the former vice president. On the 25th of November, we moved to Kumasi for cleaning and greening. Then the final event, which should be graced by the President of the Republic, in renaming the Tamale Sports Stadium the Ali Mohammed Sports Stadium.
The children of the late Vice President who were present at the press briefing shared their fond memories of their father with the news team.
I remember when I was in university tech, you know, when you are a young guy, you try to live the life as if there's no tomorrow, you know. You had the opportunity to be a vice president's son, and you were always thinking life is about having fun doing that. And he always used to tell me that I should be disciplined, and I had more times on occasion always having father and son grudges with him as a father. And at least those disciplines that he wanted for me made me who I am today. And today you can see me a very full-grown man full of responsibilities at home and as a family man. So I quite remember his disciplines that he always impacted on us as a child.
We do miss him a lot because your father is your father. You can't take somebody's father to be your father. Our father was an irreplaceable father. We miss him a lot. There are times you wish he was alive to do something, but you turn your back, you turn side, you not see him. And at first I thought when I was growing up, I didn't know death. When someone dies, you not see until when my dad died, and I knew that I'll never see him again until the day of judgment. So we surely miss him a lot.
The late Alhaji Ali Mohammed served as Ghana's first Muslim vice president from January 7, 2001 to January 7, 2009 under the leadership of the New Patriotic Party's John Agyekum Kufuor. Alhaji Ali Mohammed is remembered for his arduous campaign against indiscipline in the Ghanaian society. He left behind 4 children.
All right. Now, the Ghana National Canoe Fishermen Council has decried the havoc being created by sand-winning activities along the various beaches, particularly in Accra. According to leaders of the organization, the activities of those that scoop out sand along the shores do not only cause erosion and flooding in many of the coastal areas, but it is gradually taking away the landing spaces needed by fishermen along the shores. The council is therefore calling on the various metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies to crack the whip by ensuring those that engage in sand winning are caught and dealt with accordingly.
The Volta region, billions of cedis have been put into the construction of sea defense projects to protect vital national assets and coastal communities due to the absence of the sand at the shores, causing havoc to other towns which have no such defense walls. A visit to the Jamestown Beach and few others in Accra showed how sand-winning activities are gradually making the wide, picturesque sandy beaches look rocky, posing dangers to swimmers, fishermen and residents along the coast. We were told by the National Canoe Fishermen Council that those who engage in such illegal activities do so in the evenings, and when they are caught, there are no effective ways in enforcing the laws to ensure they are properly sanctioned. Nikai Okanshi III is the chief fisherman at Jamestown and is also a leading member of the Ghana National Canoe Fishermen Council.
We caught one truck which has loaded a lot of sand, and we called in the police. The truck was directed to the police station, and they told us it is not in their jurisdiction, right? It is the AMA. So the truck was transferred to AMA. The truck was there for, the owner did not come for it. It was there for a very long time, and it seems it is rather disturbing them because it is in sack, and the sack began to turn, and it started scattering all over. So all what they did is just to try and call the owner for him to come and carry his thing away.
We found some of the beach sand packed in sacks, with some molded into blocks to be sold later for construction. All efforts to get to speak to those behind the illegal activity here at Jamestown proved futile, as we were informed they only work at midnight to avoid being arrested. Residents and fisher folks here refused to speak on the matter on camera, but affirmed that sand-winning activities here is gravely affecting them. The Fishermen Council is calling for strict enforcement of all laws regarding coastal sand mining.
The only thing is they should prosecute those people so that it will serve as a deterrent to others. But when you go, some time ago, when people were winning sand at Chamuna, you see, all the coconut trees there, they all went into the sea, they all fall down, and it is very bad. You see, right now when you get to those places, there are no coconut trees there. The coconut trees are there to protect the beaches and everywhere.
Coastal sand mining has been identified to be widespread across all 4 coastal regions in Ghana, with several coastal communities experiencing the intrusion of the sea in their homes during storms and especially in rainy seasons. Alice Aite, GH1 News.
My name is Sewa Mihe and you're still watching GH Today News. We bring you business brief after this. Star Life Assurance Company, a life assurance underwriter, has once again displayed its commitment to social investment by making some donations to the 37 Military Hospital Burns Unit Thursday as part of its corporate social responsibility for 2017. According to the Chief Distribution Officer for the company, Nashiru Idrisu, the gesture was in response to an appeal made by the hospital.
The move by Star Life is to support the treatment of the atomic gas explosion victims. Items presented by the company included microwave, bed sheets, crepe bandage, cotton roll, plasters, among others. Chief Distribution Officer for Star Life, Nashiru Idrisu, assured that Star Life Assurance will continue to support the hospital and other organizations that need assistance.
We have done this wholeheartedly because we believe in giving back to society. As a life insurance company, we believe that when we support the community and the community is well positioned to go about their work, our work, the nation at large would flourish.
Receiving the items on behalf of the hospital, Commander at the 37 Military Hospital, Brigadier General Ernest Crosby Saka Jr., was full of appreciation to Star Life Assurance for the kind gesture. He, however, appealed to other benevolent individuals and groups to assist and take care of the victims who are still undergoing treatment.
Definitely, it will go a very long way. And we will entreat other philanthropists and organizations to still come to our aid because burns takes a lot in terms of time and logistics and all. So thanks for what you have brought, but we still need more.
The gas explosion, which occurred on October 7, 2017, claimed 17 lives and left about 134 others injured. Among the 58 victims that were sent to the 37 Military Hospital for treatment, 45 have been discharged, while 11 others are still undergoing treatment.
Let's now do some international stories. A Zimbabwean High Court judge has granted bail to American journalist Martha Donovan, who is facing charges of subversion and insulting President Robert Mugabe on social media. The ruling was made in her absence on Thursday afternoon, where a $1,000 bail was granted on the basis that the state failed to exhibit the contents of the alleged tweets calling on people to protest against the government. Martha Donovan was arrested and taken into custody last week over allegations of publishing a tweet that described the 93-year-old president as a goblin. The 25-year-old journalist has spent at least 3 days in prison, a maximum security facility on the outskirts of the capital that has gained notoriety among locals for its squalid conditions and frequent food shortages. U.S. Embassy in Zimbabwe have maintained direct and daily contact with her, watching the case very closely and are very hopeful for a positive outcome. Her arrest marks the first internet abuse since the creation of Cybersecurity Ministry and a cabinet reshuffle last month. Let's go for our weather update now.